All right, LMSV. I've been looking at all these group names and trying to figure out where they all come from. Some of them make sense, like yours. I think I can figure out where yours come from. Some less so. So anyway, hello, and thank you, especially Megan, for persevering through this assignment so steadfastly. Uh, there are lots of students who would give up in situations like the ones we faced this morning. And so thank you for not getting into Facebook is a completely fine way to post it. So overall, I was quite pleased with the end result. It's clear that you put a lot of time and effort into the CMP, and it comes through. Quite the emotional experience here. Lots of light topics preceded yours, and so I'm left being a little emotional, I guess, over what I just had to watch because I myself have never seen that show, and so I actually sort of actively avoided that show, and so to have to sort of confront it. I think that kind of speaks to the emotional impact you're shooting for with your subject and your argument. So yeah, I think my pulse is still a little high just from watching those. Anytime a young person is in peril as a parent, I get very concerned, I guess. And so you've had that unintentional effect on me. I'm glad that your subjects didn't just stay within your group. I'm glad that like Jazz was there and other people to help broaden the scope of your argument, because otherwise you're basically submitting yourselves to a study which is not outside the realm of possibility. In terms of, you think about what even like the observation essay was a bit more like from your own perspective, and definitely the digital Sabbath assignment involved a certain degree of a large degree of self-exploration. So it's interesting to see those early in the semester ideas come to bear on a late in the semester project. I don't really draw a stark difference between the halves of the semester or whatever, but I don't apply or enforce or even really suggest all that much things we learned earlier on to come totally to bear towards the end of the semester. So I thought that gave your essay a novelty. Novelty is not a bad word. It's not something I see a lot of. So I think that definitely was sort of energizing. I think you did right by the primary research for sure, and even the secondary sources were well explained and of course very well cited. I like the second part. I like how it focused on sort of solutions and steps and larger considerations other than saying these are the effects. You know what I mean? Instead, it was more like preventative in nature, or what can we do to address this issue. So I liked all that as well. I thought the editing was pretty well done, especially cutting through in between all the different interview subjects. That was very effective. I know a lesser team would have just done each interview in a static way, beginning to end of the interview, and that's not a very interesting viewing experience. Lord knows I know, because I've had to sit through a lot of them, something even today. So thank you for that editing consideration. Having the little box up top, I guess over here, of the real time watching the scene, that was very expertly edited. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your reflective essays to see who's the editing genius in your group, whichever one you are. Good on you. The second half was a bit of, as it was just sort of like a speech. It was like a comm essay or something, or a comm assignment. And so reading from note cards is never going to be my favorite, especially if you don't have any other sort of textual or visual element going on in the assignment in the screen. But ultimately, those are sort of small potatoes. I think you did just a fine job by the assignments. I am very happy to say this is the grade that we have arrived at, a B+, a very good grade. And so I thank you all very much for your efforts. I'm going to miss some of you guys. Some of you I follow on Instagram, and so I'm a little more in touch with your lives. So maybe that's why I see that. But I see I'm looking at all these names, and I was I don't know. I'm going to miss getting emails from you and reading your stuff. So some of you, I hope, well, all of you, I hope we'll keep in touch. But hopefully, especially with this group, you worked very hard for my classes this year, and I definitely appreciate it. And I'm happy to see you all end on such a successful note. So thank you, and have a great day.